In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to store the content of the email in the access table and then use that content to draft the email. So if you're interested, then let's get started. So if I click here, a email draft will be generated in Outlook and it will be populated here like this. Now this content of the email is hard coded, meaning I've written myself. What if a change is required in the message that we sent? Do we have to come here, change the code every single time a change is required? That's not really a way to build a feature. So if I will close this, let's go to design view. Let's click on this button, dot, 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 and you can see all of this is hard coded. This is not really a scalable way. So we need to find another way. That means we can store this content of the body text of an email into a table, and then we can utilize that information whenever we need within the application. So that's what is the idea for this video. If I'll go back to Microsoft Access, I have a table created, email templates. And if I double click here, you can see it has a bunch of columns. So template ID, template name, the subject that you want to add, and the body template right here. And you can see that some of the information like customer name and vehicle and the work type, they are wrapped up in the curly braces. These are placeholders. So later in the code, we will change these placeholders, or we'll replace this placeholder with the actual name of the customer, the vehicle, or the work type. So let's go ahead and write the code. So if we'll go back to VBA editor again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this entire code. Okay, we're going to write it from the beginning, and we're going to use the VBA. So let's declare some variable first. So dim db as DAO dot database, dim rs as DAO dot record set, and then dim subject, not sim, dim subject text as string. Okay, and then come on, and then dim body text as string. So we'll type here dim body text as string. Okay, so don't forget we have to declare these variables for dim ol app outlook app as object, and then dim ol mail outlook mail as object, and then after that we will open the database. Okay, so we'll say open the current database reference. I will say set db equal current db, and then we will fetch the template that we are going to use. At the moment there is only one template, but you might have multiple templates, so you have to provide the template ID or some sort of information that is linked to the template, and so the system or the VBA can fetch the template. Okay, either you can provide template name like a journal email or template ID. It's your preference, but let me show you how do you fetch this information. And this is why we have declared the record sets, right? So as a variable rs, so we'll say set rs equal to open record, db.open record set, db.open record set, parenthesis open, parenthesis close, and then we are going to use select statement. So select everything from where? From the table or the query where the information is stored, and that is email templates. That's the name of the table, email templates, tmp TMPLATE. Yeah, for some reason, I'm always confused with the spellings of the templates. Anyway, and then we will tell Microsoft Access that the email template that Microsoft Access should be looking for, which one is it? Because as I said, if you have multiple, then you have to give reference. Right now, I have only one, so that's why I don't have to worry, but I will still use the reference, either the template name or the template ID. I think template name would be good for, and from the understanding perspective as well. Where template name equal, and then you give a name of the template. And so the name of template is journal email. Now, by the way, I don't have to type this. We'll have single quote, and the journal email would be the name of the template. So that's fine. So we have declared variable. We have told Microsoft Access what does DB and what does RS equal to. Now we have to actually go ahead and find the template. So we'll say if rs, not ds, rs dot uf end of file, then message box email template. Okay, email template not found, and then we can make it as vb exclamation, and then we will exit this sub. Yeah, because we don't need to proceed if the email template is not found. So we'll simply exit the subroutine, and then we'll say end if right here. Great. Otherwise, load the template text, and we'll say we'll load the template text by load the template text. Template text. And now let's go ahead and write the code. So what we will do is subject text to body text. So subject text equal to subject template, body text equal to body template. That's what we are going to do. But remember, we have to change these placeholders with the actual values coming from the form. So that adjustment needs to be done, and we will use the replace function for that. So first, let's go ahead and let's define the template text. So we'll say subject text, which is the variable that we have declared, subject text, equal this, and then the subject text from the table. All right, or subject templates rather. Sorry, subject template. Okay, and then something is wrong. Maybe I'm not typing the name correctly. Great. And the next one is body text. So that's also variable. So body text equal rs exclamation mark, and we'll say body template. Great. Now we'll replace the placeholders. Remember, we do have placeholders for customer name, vehicle, and work type. So if we will start from here, first we have to replace the placeholder for this in the body text. So we will say, we'll give a comment, replace the placeholders. Placeholders in body text. Great. Let's go ahead and do that. So body text equal replace function, as I mentioned, we will be using, and then we'll be using body text, comma, and double quote, and right here, actually, I'm going to copy the same. The customer name, all right, is going to be coming from me dot customer name. Great. Now we will proceed and we'll keep on writing the same. So rather than I keep writing, I'll just copy and paste, because we have three references, right? So customer name, vehicle, and work type. So let me copy one more time and paste right here. And then we'll say replace body text. And this time the vehicle should be replaced with me dot, okay, me dot vehicle. And this one is, the last one is the work type, and this should be me dot work type. I think that's about it. And now we'll create the Outlook email as a draft. So we'll say with mail, oh, sorry, no, that comes later. We'll say create Outlook email. Yeah, Outlook email. So the code that is following is for creating the Outlook email. So we'll say set OL app equal create object, and the object will be principal close double quote. It would be outlook dot application, and then not this, and then we will have set ol mail, okay, not main, I keep typing main, that's the problem, is equal to ol app dot create item, and then it will be a 0. So 0 right here means create a draft, don't send it, just create a draft. So right here we'll say with OL mail, and then end with, not here, my keyboard, I'm so sorry guys, the keyboard is really bad. Okay, so dot 2 would be, we're going to keep it empty because we want to see the email draft, and we don't want to send for this purpose, for this activity. So dot subject equal to subject text, and then we have dot body equal to body text, and then we have dot display. Great. So I think that's about it. This is the code, and this should work. Let's do the debug. There's no error as of now, but the real test is when we will actually check it. And so for that, let's go ahead and come here, and let's go to form view. So let's click on send email to customer, and there you have it. You get the same result, but this time this result is coming from the table. This is the table right here. Okay, you get the same Outlook email draft. So if I'll come here, let me minimize this so we can see the text. Okay. All right. This is great. Now, what is the benefit if you're thinking why I have done this? The benefit is earlier approach was hard coded, was not scalable. This one is scalable because what you can do is you can increase the text. For example, we can say, dear customer, customer name, thank you for visiting us today. We really appreciate that you have chosen Loop Automotive. Okay, so all the changes that you are doing here, maybe you are adding a line, maybe you're deleting, maybe you're modifying, all this information will be populated as dynamically. Whenever change happens, it will occur on the email draft as well. So let's click on send email to customer, and let's see if the change that we have done is added or not. And rest assured it is. Thank you for visiting us today. That was before. We really appreciate that you have chosen Loop Automotive. So this is the beauty. Now, if you have more detail to add, for example, maybe tomorrow you add one more row here, one more text box, sorry, or combo box, and you want that to be captured in the email body as well, you can definitely do it by following the same example. This is how you create a scalable solution for your business or for your client of customers to have this email feature available with them, and they can do the modification by themselves, and the context of the text will be changed accordingly. That's about it. This is what I wanted to demonstrate in this video. I hope that you have learned something. If you have, tell me in the comments below. And I really appreciate if you can support this channel by subscribing and join the channel as a member. We really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.